Hi everybody, it's Miss Betsy and I'm here today to talk to you about separation and adjustment. For a lot of you, we're already back in school and we're doing really well. But for some of our families, it's been a struggle to make this transition from being home, especially since March most of the time, to going to school a few times a week, sometimes just twice a week. And for some of our families, we haven't even started that process. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's normal. What's normal when it comes to separation and adjustment? And I don't care how old your child is or a young adult is, anything new can create some kind of anxiety with someone. And we feel anxious, we feel a little bit fearsome, we're nervous about what it's going to be like. So all those things that your child is feeling or you are feeling are indeed normal. And if you're not feeling any of those, sometimes that can be atypical. So we would expect your child to be a little nervous about going to UPK or any new school experience. Those are normal behaviors, and what we say or do, how we react, can make a big difference as to how successful it will be when you make that transition to, in this case, school. So what we want to do is start by being really positive about it. So even if we as moms or dads or caregivers feel nervous or apprehensive, we're going to convey excitement and enthusiasm about, gee, you get to go to school, you're going to meet your new teacher, you're going to make new friends, you're going to get to play with some toys, you're going to have a snack and a story. We're going to be super positive about it. And I know as a mom, when I dropped my kids off at preschool, I was tearful, and they can feel that, they sense that. Or I was nervous, and they can feel that, and they can sense that. So if we can be super positive, that will help them. If they cry and they carry on, I don't want to go to school, Mommy, what we want to do is acknowledge those feelings. I know, Dolly, I know that you're going to miss me, and I'm going to miss you too. But school is fun. School is what we're doing right now for you so you can learn. And we acknowledge those feelings, but then we talk about the positive side. What we don't want to say is, don't cry, don't be a baby, because that's not what we want to convey to them. Those are normal, typical, valid feelings. They're allowed to have them. What we want to do is help them to acknowledge those feelings and then move them to feel positive about what's happening at school. That's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is ask for help. If you get to a classroom door, and in this case, we as moms and dads are not going into a building, we're dropping children off at a door, which is exceptionally difficult. We want to say to a teacher who's there, I'm going to need your help. You're going to have to peel this little guy or girl off of me. And they will absolutely give you the help. So give them a nod, give them a, help, and then you can take a hand and hand it to a teacher. It's best not to carry your 4 or 5-year-old to the door. At this age, they should be walking next to you, and it's easier to then separate from you if they're not attached to you. So hand them over to a teacher and then say goodbye and leave. One of the big mistakes that we make is we linger. We say goodbye, but then we don't actually leave. Say goodbye. Goodbye, Dolly. I'll be back at whatever time, and then leave. What we do is we say goodbye, but then we say, okay, they're still crying. I feel like I need to stay. And that only makes things worse. And then actually leave. I know some of us like to kind of linger in a parking lot or kind of look in a window. Your kids will know you're there. Don't do that. If you need to leave and then call the school and say, how is my baby doing? We'll tell you. We'll answer you that. But don't linger around. That will only make things a little more difficult. Let your child know, I'll be back to get you, and what time you'll be back. Sometimes that's their biggest fear is Mommy or Daddy going to come back and get me? Reassure them, Mommy will always come back and get you, and let them know what time you will be back, even if they don't tell time. I will be back at 3 o'clock. I will be back after snack. And then be there. Don't be late. Don't be the last Mommy or Daddy to arrive. Another thing, sometimes they might need something special to go with them, a stuffed animal in their book bag, a picture of you, anything like that, to kind of get them through. That's one way to help. We don't want to slip away. We don't want to drop them off and run and not say our goodbyes. Say your goodbye and then leave. That will help things. And sometimes for some of our guys and girls, we start the school year off really great, and then come fall, we start to say, I don't want to go to school, and give moms and dads a hard time. We want to be consistent. We want to be confident and consistent with our kids and not be too wishy-washy with them. We don't want to engage in that, oh, all right, you don't have to go to school. School's important, and you've made the decision to do, in this case, universal pre-K. Stick with it. And I know it's especially hard this year with everything going on. But if they start the night before, and my guy Jack would always start the night before, I don't want to go to school tomorrow, Mommy. I know, Dolly, and I miss you when you're at school, and I know you like to stay home and snuggle with Mommy, but tomorrow you're going to go to school. Mommy has things to do too, and then we move on from there. We talk about something else. So just move about your evening and then move about your day and continue on with those positive messages for them. I'm going to leave you with one thing I want to share with you, which is Puppy. I brought Puppy today. This is Puppy, and he's a very special someone for someone in my house. And Puppy is a lovey. He's somebody that's a security thing that we thought would go off to college with our guy or girl because he was that important. He didn't go off to college. He stayed home with us. So the separations and adjustments get easier. Puppy is a Build-A-Bear, and initially when Puppy came to us, he looked like this. So this is how much he's been loved. So your guys or girls will get there with their separation and adjustment. You'll get there too, and we're here to help you with that. So reach out to your child's teacher, reach out to me if you're having any kind of difficulties, and together we're going to make this school year really great. Thanks.